Tonight's dinner is our interpretation of TGI Friday's chicken veggie potato dish. We were there a little bit ago and Crystal had it. She really liked it. And it was real simple. It was just a bed of mashed potatoes with veggies and chicken with melted cheese. So we thought, gee, this is pretty easy. We could do this at home. This is what we came up with. You could use whatever veggies you want, your favorite veggies underneath the chicken, and we'll walk you through step by step how we did this dish. So what we have here are red potatoes. We're going to boil and mash them. That's going to be the bed that we're going to put all the veggies on. The veggies, I don't think this is exactly what TGI Fridays cooks. So again, it's not an exact recipe, but it's inspired by them. There's some of Crystal's favorite veggies, zucchini, yellow pepper, the red bell pepper, red onion, garlic, and a tomato, portobello mushrooms. We have the chicken, and we're going to fry that tonight, but you have the liberty to bake it, fry it. I'm just going to put a little salt and pepper on it tonight, but you could be creative and put some extra spices on there if you want. We're going to top it with some shredded cheese. I picked a Mexican blend with 4 different cheeses. You could use your favorite cheese though. Whatever your favorite cheese is to top it with, go ahead and use that. I would think that the sharp cheddar would be the basic one, but you can see we're going to put this on instead. We're going to have some fresh chives to put in the mashed potatoes. And at the end, when we serve the dish, I'm going to garnish it and top it with fresh cilantro. The potatoes, when we make the mashed potatoes, I'm going to have butter and sour cream, just a little hint of sour cream and milk. And the seasonings we're going to use tonight, real simple, just basic salt, pepper, and a pinch of red pepper for the veggies when we fry them. And that's it, we're ready to go. To mash the potatoes, it's easier to cook when you cut them up in manageable chunks. They cook a little faster, more evenly. So we're going to cut up the whole bowl, put them in, and boil them.
Now,
go ahead.
Was it a whole bag of potatoes?
No, I put about 3/4 of the bag.
Okay.
I put enough in there for our 2 dinners tonight and some lunches for tomorrow. All right, all the potatoes are cut up, so I'm going to put some water in there and cover them, put them on the stove and boil. You don't need to add salt yet. We'll do that at the end after they're all boiled.
And how long are they going to be on there?
It's about 25 minutes, I'm thinking, before they actually boil and cook all the way through. What we'll do, after it boils, we'll let it boil for a bit, and then we'll put a fork in it. And as soon as the fork could go in real easy, we know they're done. I know the vegetables were washed beforehand.
Someone just commented that you changed your name in the last video from the Easy Italian to Big Daddy. I think it was my favorite comment of all so far.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I want to point out that he's wearing a Who's Your Daddy shirt.
Right. You know what? Strictly coincidence.
Strictly coincidence? I think not.
Yeah. This is the shirt for Saturday night when Crystal's bad.
Yeah, well. It's just Saturday night. And what is that? Zucchini, right?
Yeah, this is the zucchini. these up in whatever shapes you want.
Mm-hmm.
Now the red onion. And you could even use a regular onion if you want, but I like the flavor of the red onion for this dish, and it gives it a nice color too. I'm going to leave those in slices. And the portobello mushrooms. And again, whatever vegetables you want to use, feel free. This is really up to you. Whatever your favorite veggies are, this recipe could be tailored to however you like. And the last step we're going to have is the garlic. I'm going to start the oil, the olive oil in the pan with the garlic and a little red pepper. Okay, for the potatoes, I'm going to chop up some of the chives. If you don't have the fresh chives, if you have the spices in your cabinet, that'll work just fine. Just Wegmans had the fresh ingredients, so I went ahead and got that.
Looks like grass to me.
Yeah, we're not going to use too much of them, but fresh is always better than the dried spices, so if you have them, great. If not, that's okay. And this will be the cilantro for the very end that we're just going to sprinkle over the top of the dish once it's done. It serves as garnish, makes it look appealing, but I just love the taste of cilantro. The chicken, we have 3 breasts. I put them out, and what I did was I butterflied them. It's going to cook a little easier this way. You see how thick this is? It's kind of hard to fry that. So what you want to do is butterfly it, and all that is, you turn it on its side, cut it right down the middle, and split it open. So it's
But it all stays together? You're not cutting it completely, I guess, right?
No, not completely. You just cut it about almost all the way and just fold it over. Again, easier to fry because it's so thick as a breast, and when we put it in the frying pan, it's going to cook more evenly and quicker.
Okay.
All right, we'll start with some extra virgin olive oil. Put some of that in the pan. Turn it on. All right, the potatoes are boiling nice. They have about 5 more minutes. So what we're going to do here is we have the frying pan with the oil we just put on. We turn the heat up, and we'll put in the garlic and a pinch of crushed red pepper for a little kick. We don't want the garlic to burn. Burning the garlic is bad. So we don't want to do that. Okay, now what we'll do is going to put in our fresh veggies. Some mushrooms. A little salt. And pepper. And we'll just fry these for about 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yep. All right, these have been cooking for about 5 minutes, almost done. At this point, I'm going to add the tomato. All right, it's been about 10 minutes and the veggies look like they're all done. So I'm going to take these off and put them in a bowl.
So you use the same pan?
Yeah, I'm going to put a little olive oil in. I'm just going to fry the chicken again. You could bake it if you would like. You could fry it, and this is really where you could get creative. I'm just going to use the salt and pepper. So you can get creative. In fact, if you want to show some of the spices here, you see how you have all these like different things, Mrs. Dash, Perfect Pinch, McCormick. What I was thinking of for tonight was possibly a Caribbean jerk you could actually sprinkle on there.
Oh, the chicken?
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many different ways you could go with this dish. But again, all the different flavors we have, I just thought salt and pepper. But next time what I was thinking of doing is slicing up the chicken in individual strips and coating it in shake and bake, putting that in the oven, baking it, and using that instead. Just an example of really what you could do. The potatoes are done, and I put a fork in it, and it goes in very easy, so they're done. So I'm going to take the pot. We have a stay cool handle, so I don't need the oven mitts. And we'll just drain those. I'll put this back on the stove. Alright, we drained the potatoes. Now I'm going to put a whole stick of butter.
A whole stick of butter?
Yep.
You're like Paula Deen.
And I'll put the top on, and we'll just let that melt.
Okay.
The veggies are done, and they're nice and steaming, but the chicken's still cooking, and I haven't quite done the potatoes. So what I'm going to do is just put a little tin foil on there. Keep them nice and warm. Okay, the chicken is frying nice. What I'm going to do is turn it over. Alright, that's the halfway point.
And how many minutes were they on that one side, do you think?
They were about 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Okay.
Right, let's look in. All the butter's melted. So now we'll
So you don't need another stick of butter?
No, the one's enough. Put it in there. Now we'll add some salt. Because remember, we didn't put any salt in the water.
Oh, when you were boiling them, yeah.
Now we'll mash them down. And I love the red potatoes with the skin. It's like my favorite mashed potatoes. That's why I chose this potato for the recipe. But you could use whichever one you want. If you like the russet potatoes, butter potatoes, whatever you want, it's your recipe. I just like the red. Now we'll add some milk. And then we'll take about a spoonful, a huge spoonful of sour cream.
A huge spoonful.
And then we'll add our fresh chopped chives. I'll start mixing it. And this will be the base for the dish. And remember, you just want to serve this as a side. This could be an easy mashed potato that you do, that you serve with steak or pork or chicken. But we're just going to use this for our base tonight. And in a few weeks from now, we're going to do a steak dinner. And we're going to have the twice baked potato. So it's going to be similar to this, but we're going to just do a little more with the potato. Okay, the chicken is done now. I cut a piece just to make sure. it's done. And I used these tongs before to turn them, and I'm a stickler for this. I always want to make the assumption that the chicken is contaminated and has salmonella, because you never know if it does or not. But if you cook it properly, even if it did have salmonella, it makes it safe, it cooks it off. So whenever you handle raw chicken and you use a utensil, either get another one or wash it thoroughly. And we're going to take this and put it on the dish. Okay, here's the chicken. And what we're going to do is not just slice this. See how nice and juicy that is? Mm-hmm. Take a spoonful of mashed potatoes, put a nice heaping spoon in each dish, and we'll spread it out and make a hole in the middle. And you could be inventive here as well. Like on Valentine's Day, when I serve this to Crystal, I make a nice little heart. So you could have whatever shapes you would want. Now the veggies we cooked, they're still steaming a bit. Scoop that out and put it in the middle. And again, remember, whatever your favorite veggies are, go ahead and use those. Okay, now we'll take the chicken and we'll put the nice sliced chicken right on top. Just layer that right on. As much or as little as you want. Now we'll take the cheese of our choice and we'll sprinkle that on top. And what we'll do, we'll put the oven on broil, and we'll take our 2 plates and just slide them in under. We're just gonna melt the cheese, and you're just going to have to be very careful when you take them out. Use pot holders, because the dish or the plate's going to be a little hot.
And how long is it going to be in there?
Just a couple minutes until the cheese melts.
Okay.
All right. All we did was melt the cheese on top.
Very nice.
Put that there.
I'll stand over here.
One. Put that there. Do you have an idea which one you want?
I think that one.
All right, now just put a little cilantro on top. A little fresh chopped cilantro there. And that's it. Dinner is served.